So here we go. Tyler Roberts has been announced as Birmingham City player. Loving the Keep Right On festival promo they used for the announcement. My personal favourite being Mark Robertson and long throws. Yeah, I see what you did there, Admin. I like that. Signing players again. It's good. We're signing forwards as well, which we've desperately needed in these last few seasons. I was speaking to Jack, my brother, the other day, who knows a bit about Roberts because he's a Bielsa fanboy. And he said he's not your typical striker, he can play across that front line. Yes, he can be a number 9, but he can also drop out into that number 10 role, as well as a bit out wide. He's apparently quite an adaptable player, which made him a bit of Bielsa's favourite when he was at Leeds. But one of the downturns to Roberts' game is his frequent injuries. He didn't make his league debut for Leeds until September of 2018 due to a cracked shin bone, which he picked up 7 months prior. It's an unfortunate part of his career. He was doing well with QPR last season. They were promotion candidates, when we played them. They were top of the league. But yet again, he picked up an injury and he and the side suffered because of it, sliding down the table, finishing just outside the relegation zone on 20th. It's very similar to Bielik in that sense, that he's great if he stays fit and we've got a top championship player. If he gets injured, though, we may never see him again. He's a bit like David Dunn in that way. So fingers crossed he can stay on top of those injuries and bring his best self out for the Blues. He's a Welsh international. He's still quite young at the age of 24. He's quick. He's agile. He could perhaps lack some composure in front of goal. He did only pick 4 goals up last season for QPR. But overall, I think it's a smart signing. It's risky with his injuries, but smart. Smart because I'm sure Leeds would have asked more for him had they have still been a Premier League side. And so going in for him now after they've been relegated, I think is the reason we've picked him up for so little. 500 to 750k I think it was rumoured to be. And like I said yesterday, if we also get Bielik for less than $1 million as well, that's some top work from the recruitment team, that is. Craig Gardner, I imagine, will have had some pull in this deal, obviously with them both being at West Brom. He's a local lad, Roberts, so again, we're attracting more players closer to Birmingham. Still another old rival club, though. Does anyone else think that? Maybe it's just me. He mentioned in his interview, we could climb the table with the new project the club's got, and with the exciting players we're supposedly bringing in, he doesn't see why playoffs isn't a goal for us. And I'm sure that's something the new investors are looking to do immediately as soon as the season starts in August, which whoever that is against will find out tomorrow, as the fixtures will be released. One side point though, one thing that always really annoys me with Blues interviews is that there's always an incredible amount of background noise.
Devastating you missed out on a World Cup with Wales through injury. How much of a goal is it for you to get back in that national team setup?
I mean, I know the groundsman's got work to do, but couldn't anybody have just gone over and gone, mate, do you have to do this now? We're doing an interview with one of our new signings. Is there any chance you could just leave that for just a couple of more minutes while we wrap up? Either way, I'm happy with this transfer. Let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. Is it a positive? Is it a negative? How do you think he'll be played under Eustace? And which signing would you like to see next, since there's more to be announced by the promo post? We'll be discussing this more in a podcast very soon. It'll likely be out sometime this week. I know I've said that in the last 2 videos I've made. We've got the Bellingham transfers to discuss, updates on the stadium, season ticket prices as well. So stay tuned for that. Hit the like button, subscribe, and keep right on.